Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I'm doing a little work, a little research, serious research work. I've been doing this for 2 hours now. There's two big stories that I really noticed, takeaways from Tuesday night's presidential debate. And number one is Taylor Swift is endorsing Kamala Harris for president, which is fantastic. I like Taylor Swift and I like Kamala Harris. The second one, okay, now this, like I said, I have actually been looking into this story, and I'm going to have the fact checks mostly, and the stories that came, the things that, how this story came about. Of the best links down below so you guys could look this over. The allegations by former President Trump and felon President Trump that supposedly Haitian immigrants are what they're doing. I got to be careful how I say this because it's false as far as I could see. It's completely false. And these allegations came from a news story and a picture. That's where all this hubbub about cats and ducks being consumed by allegedly being consumed by Haitian immigrants came from one news story which was misinterpreted. I'm going to talk about that, and a picture that appeared in a Springfield newspaper. And there's no backstory to this picture. Let me start with the picture. The picture was in a Springfield newspaper, and it's of a black man walking down the street carrying a goose. And to me, I was looking at this picture, and you don't know where this picture was taken, when it was taken, and he's carrying the goose by the legs. I'm looking at the wings and the neck. I'm just trying to figure out if the duck is alive or dead. If this guy owned the goose, if the goose got away and he's bringing it back to wherever he lives, if it's his pet or his whatever it is. It looks like the goose is alive. I'm no expert on this, but that's all there is. If you look at the fact checks on this, it's unfounded of what this guy was doing with the goose, or where this picture was taken, or when it was taken, or anything. And Republicans, see, these are the things that make me realize. I said this before. These stories like this and President Trump's claims last night are the things that reassure me that I know that I am voting for the right person, that I'm on the right side, being Kamala Harris. When you have, so far the fact checks for Trump, I think there was 33 false statements he made, as opposed to Kamala Harris making one false statement in last night's debate. That's a CNN count. And it makes me realize that I'm voting for the right person when I see Trump put out a scare story like this. It's meant to get a knee-jerk reaction. Oh my God, it's meant to scare people, to influence them. And I hate that. I hate the fact that people try to lie to me to influence my decision. That makes me think I'm voting for the right person, Kamala Harris. I mean, all people make mistakes. All people intentionally or unintentionally say the untrue things sometimes. But when you intentionally lie to somebody or don't check what you're saying and continue a false story, there's just no excuse for that. Okay, let's get to the other one. The story about the cat. Now, this all stems from one news story where this actually happened. And the lady's name that was arrested was Alexis T. Farrell. Does not sound like she's not an immigrant. I believe she's from Canton, Ohio. Okay, not from Springfield, Ohio, from Canton, Ohio. And allegedly, she stomped on this poor animal, and she got blood and fur on her face, her lips, and her feet. And this story appalls me because honestly, I'm a cat guy. I love cats. I love dogs too, but cats, I could identify with cats. They're kind of standoffish and aloof and independent, and that's pretty much me to a T. Let me tell you. Well, anyway, let me finish with the story. So that's it. This whole thing sprung up from this one news story that was just spun. They took this picture of the black guy carrying the goose, and the story about this woman who was an American citizen from Canton, Ohio, who obviously had mental health issues, and what she did to this poor animal. And they spun this into this whole racist news story that supposedly this is what this is. I believe Trump said that they're in the city parks, and I can't even say what he said. They're doing to these animals, and ducks and geese and all this other stuff, and all the Republicans run with this. Oh my God, that your town is next. Your animals are next. I hate when people try to influence me like this with false scare tactics. Okay, a cat. This is a great story. This is I was living. This was about 20 years ago, and a lady lived across from me, and she had 5 cats, and she moved out. They were all brother and sister. They were all orange cats. There were 4 males and 1 female. One short little female with short little legs and a pudgy face, and she moved in November or December, I believe it was. And it's cold. It's getting cold here. It's down below freezing. It's frost and everything, snow here in December, November. And she moved, and she just left the cats there. Locked the doors. And I just, I see her, finally take off with all her stuff and everything. And the poor animals are just wandering around the yard. And they ended up coming over to my place, and I started feeding them. Long story short, I got all 4 males adopted out to my friends and family, and I took in, well, except for one. One of the cats actually went feral, and I just could not get near it. It kept hiding under the buildings, and it was in bad shape, and I just couldn't get to it. So I got 3 of them adopted out. One of them went feral, and I took in the female. That little female, I actually have her ashes. I had her for over 14 years. I love that cat with all my heart. Like I said, she followed me everywhere. Every single night. Every single night for over 14 years, she would jump up in bed with me. She knows her way under the covers, and she'd sleep right here next to my stomach. She'd curl up right here. And I was always so scared that I was going to roll over her in my sleep. I never did, thankfully. But I love this cat with all my heart. Like I said, I actually still have her ashes here in the house. I love animals, and if I ever thought for a second, that this was a true story, it would bother me, and I would talk about it here. But this is all spun. This is all nonsense. Fear tactics meant to influence you, meant to influence people's decisions, and that's one of the things I just can't stand. The links will actually be down. The best links, I went through about 20 different news stories on this and fact checks, and they're all down. The best ones are down below. All right, so I'll be back later. I want to talk about Taylor Swift too, supporting Kamala Harris. I'm working on that video. Have a good Wednesday.